Hello, everybody.
Good evening. Hello to you. Welcome to Wednesday night Satsang.
We're going to be bringing in some light tonight. I think we need it. I think the planet might need it. And so we're looking forward to sharing some time with you and bringing in some light and shining that light outwards into the universe and all over our planet.
Any of you out there need some light? Hands up. I think we all need some light, don't you think so? There has been quite a heavy energy in the last few days, I believe. Although in South Africa we have this slight relief in the lockdown. We've gone to level 3 and there's been a court case to even overturn that. So there's some light at the end of the tunnel. But we're going through a time of massive transformation of energies. And, what I've said is like rather going down a birth canal. And it's quite a difficult process when you're going down a birth canal. It's dark and it's tight and it's uncomfortable and you have no idea what's on the other side. So tonight we thought that we'd just bring in some light, some peace into our awareness. So this is a half-hour satsang. Okay.
Yeah, so welcome those of you who are joining us. And we'll start as usual with John bringing us in and just settling us down. And then I'll give you a short little snippet of some news, some astrological news, and then we'll lead you out in a beautiful meditation. So just settle in, make yourselves comfy. This is just going to be a gentle evening.
So the idea tonight is to make us channels for the light to flow through us. It's not a case of becoming something actually, it's a case of emptying ourselves out so that through the emptiness we become the fullness of light itself. We are light, but only, we block it with our thoughts and our mind and our preferences and our judgments and our fears. That all blocks the light. So tonight we're going to be just emptying ourselves of all resistance and allowing the light to flow through us. So to start, if you'd like to maybe just settle down, make yourself comfortable on your chair or lying on the floor or wherever you are, and just become aware of your body. The body is always in the present moment. Your body never leaves the present moment. Just think about that. From the moment you're born till the moment you leave, your body is always living in the present moment. The difference is that we're not living in the present moment, in that the consciousness that we are manifesting through the body tends to move and it goes into other places, other times. So just now as we settle into our bodies, you might like to relax and close your eyes and withdraw your mind from all other times and all other places and become firmly anchored and settled down into your body and into the present moment. And the way we do that is we always become aware of our feet on the floor and our hands resting lightly in our laps. We become aware of the sounds that we can hear without labeling them or judging them. We just become centered in the awareness of listening. What's the furthest, faintest sound you can hear right now? Become aware of the temperature of the room on your cheeks. Become aware of any uncomfortableness in the body, any stresses. If there is any pain there, just bring your awareness directly to that part of your body that's uncomfortable. Don't try and push it away, just allow the uncomfortableness to be there. You are the awareness that's aware of the pain. You're not the pain, and you're not in pain. There's pain there. Just bring your awareness to that discomfort. If any uncomfortable thoughts come into your head, Just witness them. Don't judge them, don't try and push them away. Just allow them to drift through your awareness. Be aware of your breath and your breathing. Just follow the in-breath with your awareness, the slight pause, and the out-breath. Just follow that with your awareness. And as you do that, have a sense of immense gratitude for the gift of breathing. When we wake up in the morning, we may worry about so many things. And yet the most important thing to being alive is breathing. And we don't have to worry about that. We never worry about that. We just take it for granted. The in-breath is there, and then the out-breath. So in this moment, just give a sense of gratitude to that intelligence in your body that breathes you, to the lungs for doing the work that they do, for the heart that beats and takes the oxygenated air right around your body, to the farthest cell in your body, down all the tiny little capillaries, oxygenating your little finger, your little toe, every organ in your body, every cell in your brain. And that all takes place without any doing, any efforting on your side. So let's just sit in a bubble of gratitude for a moment, giving thanks to life for living us, for digesting our food, for giving us the ability to walk and talk and see and listen, none of which we can do. It happens for us. All we do is we give an intention, and these things happen. Become aware of the water that's in your body. Every single cell contains 70 to 80% water. And that water is directly connected to your breath. That water is directly connected to light, to photons. In fact, the very act of each cell metabolizing the way it does relies on light, on photons, energy, electrical discharges. You are light. It's who and what you are. You're light manifesting in physical form. Having given a deep sense of gratitude to this life and to your body, take a deep breath in, blowing your tummy up like a big ball. And as you breathe out, soften your neck and your shoulders and just breathe it out. Let it go of all that no longer serves you. And take a second, a deep breath into your belly, blowing your tummy up like a big ball. Take the air down to your toes. And release it with a long, long out breath, letting go of all that no longer serves you. And now a third. Deep breath in, right down to your belly, right down to those toes, and bring it up into your chest, up into the top of your head, blowing yourself up, and then a long, long sigh, and open your eyes when you're ready. And just feel how your body feels in this moment. How does your body feel? If feel slightly more relaxed, hopefully, than when we started. A little more relaxed.
That was lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we always value your comments. We value the little hearts that you send us. And we always like to know who we're talking to. So if you want to just tell us where you're from, and that's always good. And if you have any questions or comments, we usually get back to you after we finish the session. And we love reading your comments. So thank you for those.
Thanks.
Yes. So, Michelle.
Yeah, we're not going to do a lot of talking tonight because we haven't got very much time. But I'm just going to give you a heads up on a lunar eclipse that's coming. I'm sure some of you have read about it. It's happening on Friday night. So I'll be doing a video on that hopefully tomorrow. But there's some energy building here, and this is the beginning of what we call the eclipse season, which is it's quite a big one. We're going to have 3 eclipses within a very short time, just over a month. So yeah, it's a partial lunar eclipse. We don't have to worry too much about what that is, but basically this is a full moon, and it's a very fiery full moon, very fiery. So it's in Sagittarius, and it's being fanned by Mars. So I'll do more of an astrology update then, but I think really just the heads up here is that you might feel energetic spikes and emotional spikes and drops in the next few days. So if you see or feel things coming to a head, or if you feel yourself being ignited, which is very likely, which is kind of, if you look at the planet right now, it does feel a bit like it's burning, you know. So if you feel that, just really ground the energy. That's what I would suggest. So go outside if you can, put your feet on the earth, ground it, feel what you're feeling, and just send it into the earth. That's one way of dealing with it. But just notice it. Drink more water, get a little bit more rest than you normally would get. If you feel tired, it's okay. You might. So you might feel very energized. It might be a very energizing full moon. It's a bit of a complicated one to explain in a short thing like this. But really my suggestion is just be aware that it's fiery energy, it's big energy, and it can be quite blustery and quite sort of out of control. So just to be very present with whatever's arising and be very gentle with yourself. Take the rest when you need it. Fire, if you look at fire in our world, if you go onto a farm, you'll know that they're backburn. So if they're trying to get a fire under control, they light another fire and they burn each other out. And the potential for the next few days is to burn out. So just to go and go and go until you've got nothing, you've got no go left to get up with. So yeah, so that's my little heads up on that. It's happening on Friday. So it's building until then. And then the eclipse season will actually be in play for 18 months. So eclipses have a much, much longer cycle.
18 months.
Yeah.
Long period, yeah.
Yeah. And it'll also date back, this one, to about 18 and a half years ago. So we'll explain that
in your
another
vlog.
time. Yeah.
In your vlog.
So it's just
Yeah, you might find that there are a lot of storms going on around you. There's a lot of turbulence going on around you. And if you're in the middle of a hurricane, the place to be is right centered, right in the middle, because in the middle there's always peace. Now the middle of every storm is here inside you. So if you come into your centeredness, right in the center here, you will find the stillness. There's always stillness underneath all the chaos on the outside world. Now the outside world has another agenda. I mean, it wants to pull you into its chaos. It wants to pull you into its turbulence. And it uses things like anger, resentment, fear. This is what it uses. That's its tool to bring you into that, because there are energies that feed on that. And they want your anxiety, your fear. But if you want to really be an instrument for a new earth that's being born, be an instrument of peace. So you come back to your centeredness. Irrespective of what's going on in the outside world, your duty is to come back into your centeredness. And don't get caught up in the media. Don't get caught up in the righteous anger that's sweeping the planet at the moment. Come back into your centeredness. Just remember this, that if you go and plant pumpkin seeds, you're not going to get olives. You're going to get pumpkins. If you plant tomato seeds, you're going to get tomatoes. Whatever you plant, whatever is in the seed will grow. And if you go out into the world with righteous anger or with fear or with anxiety, those are the seeds that you're distributing. And the universe will give you what you sow. As you sow, so will you reap. And we're in a time of massive transformation. One of the energies that we're now working with is the energy of manifestation. We used to have a big buffer of time. In other words, your thoughts and your emotions went out there and you had this lovely buffer of time before you reaped what you sowed. And that is so changing now. In fact, what you reap comes back so much quicker now and so much more powerfully now. We are unleashing this. Remember I said we're going down this birth canal. And what's on the other side of that is the immense opening in our personal power to create. It's an immense opening that's happening. And in order to unleash that power, we have to have a certain sense of responsibility, ability to respond with consciousness. Instead of just reacting from the old reptilian brain, we have to now respond with conscious awareness. And there are really two baskets for the source of what we respond from. We can respond from the basket of fear, which promises you everything and delivers you absolutely nothing. And then there's a basket of love, which promises you nothing, but ultimately delivers everything that you yearn for. So I would suggest that as you move through the next few days and maybe the next few weeks and months, just become mindful of which energy you are supporting, which energy you are investing in, which basket contains the right seeds for the new earth that you would desire to be birthed into this world of ours. And I suggest that the seeds that are contained in the basket of love are seeds of compassion, of empathy, of love, of care, of giving. These are the seeds there. The seeds in the basket of fear are resentment, are that righteous anger that I spoke about earlier, anxiety, protection, closing yourself down. They are going to reap havoc for yourself very quickly because you are immensely powerful. So choose wisely which basket you're going to invest your emotions and your thoughts in as we move through the next few days, the next few weeks, and the next few months. Yeah, it's a very powerful time. Yeah. It's a time of awakening. Mm-hmm. Awakening is not for sissies. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing for your ego in awakening. So don't look to an awakened earth to bring you all the stuff that your ego always wanted. There's nothing for the ego. In fact, the ego has to become your servant as the new earth is birthed, instead of your master as it has been in the past.
Yeah, it's also, I think, the divine, if you want to call it the divine feminine, is being awakened, and that's within all of us, male and female, which is the container, as opposed to the very sort of outward energy. It's to be a container for what's going on right now. And sometimes it's not really about doing, because we've got
about being.
A whole lot of planets retrograde. So things might not be moving forward the way we want them to. So it's really just about noticing. You might get frustrated, you might get angry even, you might get irritated because things aren't moving forward. But just to bring yourself back into presence and into beingness. So to try and so that's that yin kind of feminine energy. And sometimes that means to rest. You know, especially for some of you who might be caregivers or healers or teachers or coaches or anything like that. There's a lot of outward energy in that, and sometimes those tanks need to be replenished. So one of the favorite things that I use is give from your saucer, not from your cup.
That's very good, yeah. So you wait till your cup overflows and then you've got an excess here. Yeah. And give off your excess. Yeah. Don't drain yourself. Drain yourself.
Because if that cup's empty, you have not got anything to give. And you're dry. Yeah. So just keep filling that cup up. And I think that's going to be valid, particularly over the next few weeks.
Yeah. So you come into your centeredness.
Yeah.
You know, Michelle always talks about your taproot. Put that taproot down onto the rock of presence and draw up the nutriments that you need from presence. Life is always giving you exactly what you need. It's worry and fear that really rob you of vitality and life.
Yeah.
And it's important at this time not to deplete your energies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you can, it's also quite important to draw on the sun's energy if you can do that. So even sitting outside for 20 minutes in the midday sun is such a good idea, just to get in that beautiful, wonderful gift of light that comes from the sun. We need that energy.
Yeah, and then balance that with lots of water. Because, we really are like plants with complicated emotions.
Yeah.
We really are. So just see yourself as a plant. You need sunlight and you need water and you need food. And you need rest. And when it's time to bloom, you'll bloom.
Yeah.
So,
in the time of the universe, not your time.
Not your time.
As Michelle said, it's not a time for pushing forward right now. Not at all. You're doing the work, but the work is an inner work. This is what we're doing this year. It's an inner shift, complete shift. When that caterpillar crawls into and creates a cocoon, it doesn't go anywhere. All the work happens inside the cocoon, and that's what we're in right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Michelle, would you like to just take us through a meditation to bring in the light? Shall we do that? Do you find this helpful?
Okay, everybody. Well, you really should be in a slightly more relaxed state, so let's just close our eyes and just settle in. Make yourselves comfy. Take a nice deep breath in. And on the out breath, just release the day completely. Let's take another nice deep belly breath in, all the way up to right to the top of your lungs. And then just sigh out everything that happened today, all the frustrations, all the worries, all the stuff of the day. Just let it all go. Let's do one more of that. In, lovely deep breath in. And a relaxing, relieving breath out. Drop your shoulders. And just connect with your body in this moment. Just connect with the peace that you might feel in this place, in this moment, where you're not needing to achieve, you're not needing to think, you're not needing to go anywhere, do anything, prove anything to anyone. This is just your time. So as if you were a plant, just absorb all the nutrients that you can from this moment. Imagine above your head a beautiful, beautiful silver ball of light. Imagine that light coming down, entering into your head and spiraling through your head, clearing out any tightness or anything that you're holding on to. Clearing out the cobwebs in your head. Let it just work its way, work its magic. It's beautiful sky energy. Sparkly. Let it clear away anything that might be blocking you. And bring that light all the way down into your neck. Relax your neck. Into your shoulders, relax your shoulders, drop your shoulders, put your shoulders back a little bit, open your heart, and allow that beautiful silvery energy to come flowing and spiraling through your whole torso, making its way through all the organs and the bones and little blood vessels, every little crevice, all the way down your spinal column, in between your vertebrae, all the way down to the bottom of your spine, down through your arms into your hands, all the way down through your torso and down through your hips, into your legs, down at your knees and into your ankles, and then down into your feet. And once again, we're going to send that energy down like a beautiful big taproot, right down deep, 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 deep as you can go into the core of Mother Earth. Send it right down. And now imagine a beautiful, vibrant ball of yellow light coming from the core of Mother Earth, coming in, up, through that taproot, up through your feet, up through your legs, filling up your legs with a beautiful kind of a calming, warming, ambery feel. Let that light come up all the way through your hips, up your spine, up your torso, up your hands and arms, shoulders, into your neck, and let that rise now up into your head. And imagine that just fountaining out gently above your head. And you've got those two lights coming in at the same time. So it's sort of circulating. You've got the silver light coming from the top, from above, from Father Sky, connecting you to all that is everywhere. And then you've got your golden earth energy coming in, connecting you from that level. And now bring in a spark of each of those energies and place two sparks of light inside your heart. Silver one and a gold one. And with your breath, start to see those two sparks of light start to dance together. The masculine and the feminine in a beautiful dance. Neither one better, neither one more positive, just both of them dancing, just being together in total harmony, masculine and feminine. Feel that in your own body. Feel what that feels like to have an integration point. And that integration point is right in the middle of your heart. This is the place where you connect to all that is. So I'd like you just to stay here for a few more moments and dance with these flames very gently. Allow those two flames to spread and enlarge and expand so that they actually start to spread throughout your body, filling up your torso, and all the way up to your head and down to your feet and down to the fingertips. Feel what that feels like to have balanced masculine and feminine energy pulsing through your body. You might even feel it if you connect with your hands and you focus totally on your hands. You may feel a tingling. Keep going back to the heart and to these two flames dancing together. And now from this point, we're all going to send that love out from your heart. Balanced light, balanced masculine and feminine. Love light. This is what the world needs right now. No judgment, no polarity, just peace and oneness, unity. So now I'd like you just to take that light and with your intention, with your heart's intention, send that light out so that you emit it and radiate it from your body, from your heart, all the way out into your home, to the other people in your home. Now radiate that light to someone who you know really, really needs that light. And now radiate that out even further to maybe a community that you know that could do with some light, that could do with some love and compassion, empathy, kindness. So from your intention, from your heart, just intend to send that light out. And know that as you do that, it is done. Now continue to send it out even further to our country. Send it to our leaders. Send it to the people who are working hard for justice. Send it to all those people who are taking such a lot of strain right now in our country. And now send it to the world. All the way around the world. You can imagine that light circling our planet. Imagine the world filled with light, so that Earth actually radiates that beautiful balanced light. Heart energy sent to the world. And now bring it back to yourself with the same amount of caring and compassion and kindness. Bring that light back into your own heart. Bless yourself. Nourish yourself. Nurture yourself. Be kind to yourself. So nestle that light back into your heart. That beautiful dancing light. Reconnect with your own body. Reconnect with how you're feeling right now. How your body's feeling. How you're feeling emotionally. And then when you're ready, take a nice deep breath in. And a relaxing, releasing breath out. Another nice deep breath in. And a releasing breath out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Thank
you
you.
Enjoyed that.
That was beautiful. Yes, it was. Yes.
I just pulled a card. I just got a feeling I should pull a card from a deck that I have called the Divine Feminine, and it's called the Enlightened Feminine. And remember, this is for guys too. I trust my intuition to guide me. So
it's a lovely card.
Yeah, it's called
beautiful.
Dakini. Yeah,
Nice.
It's a beautiful card.
Lovely card, yeah.
So that's the message which we discussed. It's that nurture that divine feminine, nurture that flame, and nurture the divine masculine while you're at it.
And to realize that although we on this dimension are polarized into masculine and feminine, and we're not only polarized into masculine and feminine, we're polarized into different racial groups. You know, at the moment we have a lot of conflict going on in America between white and black, and none of this is real. You're not polarized. You're not male, you're not female, you're not white, you're not black, you're not Muslim, you're not Jewish, you're not Christian, you're not Buddhist. You're not that. That's just a polarization of energy, which is just a brief dance. You are that beautiful, wonderful, sacred, centered spark of the divine, which is neither. It's none of that. So while the world wants you to remain polarized and will do everything it can to separate you in your thoughts of judgment, and this is right and that's wrong, and this you need to protect and that you need to push away from, that's just the manipulation of the mind. our journey now, this year that we're moving through, is to come back into the heart, to come back into that non-polarized state, which is love, which is peace, which is joy, which is bliss. That is our true essence, and that's our journey now, our journey into healing. And healing is to make whole again, to take those disassociated parts or those polarized energies and bring them back, as Michelle said, in that beautiful, wonderful dance. And that is when the light comes in, when we are centered in the present moment. It's beautiful. So we have another teaching evening. Well, I have another teaching evening tomorrow night. I'm working with the Buddhist Retreat Center in Akopo. They've been hit quite hard by the shutdown. And I mean, they have a massive retreat center to run without any participants. So they're putting out there the teachers, and every night there's another teacher teaching through their platform. And tomorrow night it's me. Tomorrow night we'll be talking on finding your purpose in challenging times. And that comes from Viktor Frankl, a survivor of two concentration camps in the Second World War. And he found that in order to survive challenging times, you have to have purpose. You have to find purpose. So that's what we'll be looking at tomorrow night. It's an hour from 7:30 till 8:30. And on Friday night, I'm doing a second one, and that is on taming fear and anxiety. So we'll look at that on Friday night. I'm going to put details up on my Facebook page. It's John Homewood 7. After this session this evening, I'll put it up, and you can take a look. And if you want to join us, that's really great. Otherwise, we'll see you on Sunday night. Michelle and I will be back on Sunday night at 7:30.
And if you found this helpful, please share it with other people. And if you did find it valuable and you want to just settle down, if the energy gets the better of you, it's there. It's on the page, so you can watch it as many times as you like.
Yeah. Thanks. That beautiful meditation of Michelle's is definitely worthwhile doing again, isn't it?
Yours is good.
So just do give us your comments. We'd love to hear from you, and share this with your friends. The more light we can share in the world, I think the better new earth is going to be born, the better quality of life we're going to experience in the future. But we are planting the seeds now. Have a blessed week further. Namaste.
Thanks everybody.
Om Shanti.
Sleep tight.
Bless you. Thank you.